Good morning, everyone. I'm here. Let's see how many of you will join me today. Again, this is day 2 of me doing the camera by myself, so we'll see how that works. See if I can find your friendly faces here while everybody hops on. Today we are going to work on hips. Maybe you saw that in the description below. Yay, us. Good morning. I already have 5 folks. Happy to see you. Today we are going to work on hips. We are not going to listen to myself though. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Valerie and Vicky and Julie. Rachel, good morning. All right, so today we're going to work on hips, and I'm talking the deep hip work. So we're going to work on pigeon posture and wide angle forward folds, those kinds of postures. So if you feel you might need a little extra blanket under your hip for your knee in pigeon posture, maybe you have some knee issues. So when we're doing pigeon and normally the legs are down and that amount of pressure and the weight pulling down has discomfort for the knee, I'll give you a modification where you can do it on your back body. So there should be no reason for you to shy away from the hip practice today. You shouldn't need any special props other than maybe a blanket for your knees or to go underneath your hip. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Jessie. I'm happy to see you. All right, everyone. Let's see. It's 9:01. Some more folks are signing on. I'll do those little things that we do in the beginning about reminding you that I'm going to be with you every day live at 9 a.m. until this craziness is over. When we're done with the practice, I take it just like it is, save it, and put it to YouTube. And you can find my YouTube channel in the link below. And you can send it to your family that may not do Facebook. Or if you like a particular practice and you want to do it over and over again, sometimes it's hard to find things on Facebook. You can hop over to YouTube and find it. If you haven't already, you can hop over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And you can give my videos a thumbs up, and that ends up helping me upload future videos with YouTube. All right. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Mimi. Oh, I'm getting kisses from Jessie. I'm giving her kisses back. Oh, Celeste, I agree with you. Nice, cooler weather. My dog was loving that this morning. All right. Let's see if we can get started. So we're going to find our space. We're going to get seated here and settle in. We feel those sits bones, and we really want to be aware of the sits bones today because that's the area of the body that we're working on. So we feel the pressure through the hips. Maybe you feel like one sit bone feels heavier than the other. And we notice that through pressure, not necessarily heaviness. Just take a check in, just to check in. And now we're going to let the chest kind of come back so that it sits over the hips. Find the alignment. Notice your breath, your own natural rhythm of breathing. Set your intention here. Maybe you dedicate your practice here. but for sure commit to have intentional breathing. We're going to open those eyes, lace the fingers together. We're going to press out, lift up. Nice tall spine, opening through the heart, looking up, smiling. From here, we're going to release and turn to the right, tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that left shoulder come down, right hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. And we come back to the center. We're going to cross those hands again, pushing them out and up. And turning to the left, tall spine. Really tall here. Once we have that nice long spine, we're going to allow that right shoulder to dip. Left hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to come back up. Back to the center and forward. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Nice full breath. Lifting pelvic floor, pulling navel in. And then from there, we're going to come on up. Now we're going to change the cross of the legs. We're going to let that right arm come down to the floor. Left arm reaches over, opening through the shoulder, through the rib cage, down into the top of this right hip, or left hip, excuse me. Really big stretch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hand comes up. Bend at the elbow, twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release and lengthen. Then just slowly come up. Left arm comes down. Right arm reaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right hand comes up, bending at the elbow, twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind and lengthen. Slowly we come back up. We're going to roll those shoulders back, lift the chest up. Good morning, Brian. Slowly we come forward, hands come up, lift those shoulders. Where's your breathing? Feel those hips still pressing down. We let the hands come back. And we put the backs of those hands together as we roll the back body. Now from here we're going to release. We're going to put the bottoms of those feet together. Now, as we put the bottoms of the feet together, we're going to pull them in, nice tall spine. Feel that work. Now, this may be all that's going to happen. Maybe forward folding won't happen for you in this space. But we're going to see if maybe we can. I'm going to lengthen through the crown of the head. Nice long stretch here. Lengthening, finding your breath. Maybe a little bit more here. Really feeling the tension and the back of the pelvis. So right at the lower back, the QLs down into that sacrum area where the glute medius sits. That's tight when we wake up in the morning. And we're just taking our time here to breathe through that tissue softening. The connective tissue has a chance to lengthen. And as we come up, we're going to bring those knees in, cross and rock. And cross and rock. I'm going to bring those knees back together. Reach down, grab the foot. Good morning, Anthony. And the hand comes up. So we have that foot. We're trying to straighten that hamstring. And so we're lifting up. The chest lifts up. So it's more important that the spine be straight than you try to get this leg to be straight. The hamstring's still kind of cold. 3, 4, 5. Foot comes down. Left one comes up. Tall spine. Really long body here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that left foot come down. We're going to drop the knees over to the left. We're going to sit up. Hip drops down. Really tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to switch to the other side. Tall spine. Let that left hip come down. Smile. Muscles there too. 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those knees back in. Extend those legs. Now, before we do our forward fold, we're going to bring that right foot in. I know some of you who practiced with me a long time ago goes, wait, that's different. Different is good. Lean forward. Nice stretch here. We're lengthening over that hamstring. We're trying to straighten through the spine. Fold at the hip crease. Lifting pelvic floor. Hollow out belly. Push right hip back and down. Where's the breath? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. Now we cross. But we only cross at the hip. So we want the right foot to come into the hip. We're going to see if maybe we can reach around towards this foot. And it may be really early to try to bind today. So if your right hand grabbing your right foot is not going to happen, you can grab your shirt or the waistband of your pants. And then you're going to try to fold forward again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. Now that knee comes all the way over. Lengthening forward. Now after those 2 hip stretches we just did here, when you lean forward here, you really feel it more in the hamstring than you do the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning, Randy. 5. Slowly we come up. Foot comes next to the knee. We're going to rotate to the right. Really tall spine here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the center. We're going to grab that foot and rock it out. Now, depending on the flexibility you have in your hip, maybe your leg doesn't make it this tall. That's okay. You can hold it way down here. We just want to try to get that synovial fluid. There's a pocket around your hip that's filled with fluid. And it can be pretty viscous at times, which means you don't have a lot of flexibility. And we're just trying to warm it up. Also, this rocking motion helps soften and ease the tinier, deep muscles like the piriformis, the deep six, that can really influence how tight that hip is going to be. Now we're going to let that foot come down. We're going to put that right hand behind, press down to come up, lengthen through side body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The butt comes right back down. We're going to place the foot on the thigh again. And this time we're going to lift that knee up. So we're working on the hip again, but this time it doesn't feel as tight because we led with those other postures. So maybe the knee comes down. Super tall here, lots of smiles and breath. Remember the intention you set with your practice. 2, 3, feel connected, solid through that left foot and right hip. 4, 5, gently release, bounce it out. First forward fold here. This is going to help center us back up. We're going to lengthen forward. Again, we're always lifting pelvic floor, so that's Mula Bandha. So energetically we're lifting, muscularly we're lifting. Gravity pulls on it all day as you stand upright or you stay seated. The gravity pulls the internal organs down, the muscles down, and we can want to counteract by lift, lift, lift. And it's going to help us stabilize the pelvis. We're going to hollow in that lower back. It also helps you kind of bring in awareness and a connection too. Sometimes we don't have a body of awareness of where we are in space or how the body functions because we're in our heads thinking about other things. We're going to slowly come up. We're going to redo that same flow but on the other side. So we're going to bring that left foot into the body. Good morning, Katie Bug. We're going to slowly lean over that right leg. So I'm pushing that left hip back and down, Janu Sirsasana. Where's your breath? Breathing with intention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. From here, we're going to bring that left foot into right hip crease. Now we're going to try to bind here. And so this is the half lotus forward fold. We're going to let that left hand come behind, grab the foot. So maybe that works, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you grab the shirt or your pants. Lift pelvic floor, hollow out the belly, fold forward. Bottom line, do the best you can. You got up and showed up for your life, and that's important. The rest is just stuff. Where's your breath? Inhaling and exhaling. 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. We're going to release that arm. We're going to cross that leg all the way over now. And then from here, we're going to lean forward. Nice big stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up. We're going to put the foot next to the knee and rotate to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the center. We're going to grab that foot, rock it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now from here, maybe just a little more, maybe change the direction or the elevation, just a little rock. And we're going to put that foot on the inside. Good morning, Tony. Oh, thank you for those kind words, Randy. We're going to let that left hand come back and press down to come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that butt come right back down. So we're going to take this left foot, put it again in that hip crease. And maybe you lift and this is all that you can lift. And that's not a problem. We're going to bring that leg maybe up higher. Maybe you can allow that left knee to come down, really feeling that work in the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. We're going to extend those legs and bounce them out. So we're going to have that opportunity to forward fold and balance out again. So we're going to grab those feet, forward folding, nice work here. Lengthening through the crown of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we come back up. Now from here, we're going to work into wide angle postures. So we're going to try to let those legs come out as wide as they will go. Now we kind of did this a little bit yesterday if you joined me where we worked on half moon posture. We really want to get a chance to check in with the hips. So once you're in this wide space, you need to kind of scoot a little bit. And that just helps the fleshy part of the glutes go back so that you can feel the sits bones make better connection to the floor. And it's also going to help you sit straight. So we don't want to sway back. We don't want to hunch. In the beginning, all we want is this straight spine. Feet are flexed, toes are up towards the ceiling, and we're going to begin to slowly come forward. Oriana, good morning, belly sister. And lengthening out. Slowly coming forward. Lengthening through the crown of your head. Are you lifting that pelvic floor? So we're taking that energy and the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it, hollow out the belly. Maybe you go a little further. Now some of you, the hips are really tight. This isn't happening, but don't do this. That's not helping. We want to be super tall and lean forward. So maybe this is your work. If you feel it, then your job is done. So remember to breathe as you find the space that you're working in today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to lift enough that we can travel over to right leg. Now notice that when I travel to this right leg, I'm not letting the left one roll in. I'm trying to turn just the torso forward folding. Still feeling connected to the ground. Where's your breath? Nice full breathing. Try to focus just on the practice, the breath, the body, and get out of the mind for a little bit. Slowly we're going to come up. We're going to walk to the center. And over to the left. Slowly. Good morning, Leanne. Oh, morning, sunshine. I look kind of sunshiny in these pants, don't I? And lengthen forward. So we're lengthening over the left leg. We're still trying to lift pelvic floor, lengthen through crown of head. Do what you can. Again, maybe you're here. It's that intention, focused breath, and awareness and being present that we're looking for in this practice. 3, 4, 5. As we come up, we're going to come back to the center. We're going to make sure that we lift all the way up. Now, we're going to kind of turn the torso to the left leg, but we're going to bring the right arm and put it on the thigh. We're going to allow that right shoulder to start to sink towards right knee. Left hand comes up. The weight of the arm will push you down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. Let's try the other side. So left arm's going to come across. Place it on the thigh. We're going to allow that left shoulder to come down towards that knee and let that right hand come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up, back to the center. So we're going to start bringing those legs in. We're going to grab the knees, pull them in. Nice tall spine. And forward fold. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. We're going to bring those knees in. We're going to roll down on our mat. So we're going to roll back, pull those knees in, and maybe there's a little rock here from side to side, just trying to get that blood flow working in that back body. Maybe you can make some circles with the knees. And then we're going to change that direction. We're going to get a little bit of work here in with that core. And that core, this is going to be lower abdominals mostly, because that's the front part of the hips, and we tend to skip over the fact that those muscles and the psoas and the hip flexor in the front, those really affect how our hips are working and functioning. So we want to bring the knees right over the hips, but then we're going to lift the back, the shins, so they're parallel to the floor the best you can. If you grab your mat, you're going to have a little more stability if your abs or your back are a little weaker. And what we're going to do here is we're going to just draw circles. A little harder than it looks because we're trying to keep those knees over the hips. If you start to bring those knees in closer to the belly, it gets easier to do. And we're going to change the direction of that circle. And then this time we're going to stop and we're going to see if we can make a bigger circle like the knees are drawing a circle on the ceiling. So we're going to bring those knees over to the right, circle them in towards the belly, over to the left, but this time try to straighten those legs out. Maybe that happens for you, maybe not. To the right, to the belly, to the left. See if you can circle them out. To the right, to the chest, to the left, and out, and to the right, to the chest, to the left, and out, and to the right, and to the chest, to the left, and out. So once you make it back to the chest, we want to change the direction. So we're going to take it to the right, and out, to the left, and to the chest. I know this is difficult. Bear with me. And down, to the left, to the chest, last one, to the right, and down, to the left, to the chest. Hold those knees. A nice little rock here, side to side. We're going to drop those knees over to the left. So when you drop those knees to the left, arms are out, right shoulder's touching the floor, palm is up. 3, 4, 5. You're going to bring those knees back up and then over to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the center. Happy baby. Really effective in the hip here. Now we're going to play with happy baby a little bit. We're going to take happy baby one leg at a time. So I am currently grabbing on the inside of the legs. So I'm going to change that grab so that my hand's on the outside of the foot. So if you can't grab the outside of your foot, it's fine. It's just a little easier to kick the foot out if it's there. So we're going to let that right leg come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We bring that right leg in, left leg comes out. We're still holding this other one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring that foot in. We're going to bring that right foot in towards the chin. Left foot is up towards the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That foot comes up. Left one comes in. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. Pull those knees in. Whew. Almost done on our back body. We're going to place those feet on the floor. Kind of off my mat here. And we're going to put that right ankle on the left knee and pull left knee into the chest. Nice full breathing here. 1. Feel that in the hip. We're really starting to target those areas. 3, 4, 5. Gently release and switch. We're going to bring right knee into the chest. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. Bottoms of the feet are flat. We're going to contract back side of the body, lengthen through front. That's the counter posture to the abs we did earlier. So you're going to press down through those feet. Opening up through the front of the hip, through the psoas. Contraction happens on back side of body. Keep your legs parallel and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly rolling back down. Nice rock from side to side with those knees, windshield wipers. We're going to pull those knees, cross at the ankles, and see if we can roll on up to hands and knees. Good morning, April. So from here, once we make it onto hands and knees, we're going to let that back body slowly come up. And see if that belly can come down. Inhaling up. And the belly comes down. Inhaling, back body up. And flat back. Make a C with the spine to the right. Make a C with the spine to the left. Back to the center. Soften those feet, come back into a child's pose, stretch it out. Now from here, we're going to come back up. Now as we come up here, we're going to bring that left leg out to the side. We're going to bring right leg out to the side. We're going to lift that right leg up, right hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bend the knee, open through the front of the hip here for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release, put that hand and knee back down. And we're going to kick the right foot out, lengthen the left one. We're going to let the left hand come up, left leg comes up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that left hand come down, left knee comes down, child's pose again. Really lengthening out that lower back through the sacrum, lengthen through the arms, broaden the back. Where's the breathing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, we're going to slowly come back up. We're going to bring that right leg forward. Really big stretch. We're going to feel that lengthening through the front of this left quad. Now, from here, left hand stays down, right hand comes up. We're going to reach back and see if we can bend that left knee and make contact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. We're going to put those elbows down. Feel that work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly. We're going to come back up, shift back, lengthen the hamstring. Let's bring that right knee back. Come into child's pose again. But this time we're going to come up onto the knees, letting those hips go forward. We're grabbing the hips, pressing forward, turning the heart up, opening through the chest, opening through that heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contract at the belly, looking down at the floor. And we're going to push the hips forward, turn the heart up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contract the belly, looking down at the floor. And gently bringing those hands down as we come to table. Let's do left side. So left foot comes forward. Left hand goes up. We're going to reach that hand back. Bend at the knee, grab the foot. Really reach in and stretch through the front of right hip. 1. Good morning, Terry. 3, 4, 5. We release. We're going to bring those elbows down. Nice big stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to shift back and lengthen. We're going to bring that left leg back. We're going to come into child's pose. And then we're going to come back up as if we're going to do our camel posture. But we're going to rotate on our mat. So I'm rotating to face you. You rotate however you need to, that you can still see your device and follow along. We just need space that our foot won't come off the mat and slide. We're going to practice gate posture. So I've turned long ways on my mat or sideways on my mat, and I'm going to bring my left foot out. So it looks like this, knees down, hands come out to the side. We're going to tip. Left hand comes down towards the calf, not on the knee. It can be above the knee and open. So it's like a modified triangle here. Feel it opening. I practice the other side of gate pose often, and in the practice, I'm sure you did not realize that it was the other half of gate posture until we do it. Contract that right side to come up, right hand comes down, left arm reaches. So we do this in the warm-up almost every class that I'm in because it's such a good side body stretch. 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring that hand around, come back up. So we're going to pull the left leg in, and we're going to let that right leg go out. Grandkids do make yoga more fun. Hands come out. We're going to let that right hand come down, left hand come up. I'm really glad you're practicing with me today, Celeste, with or without grandkids. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe you can go a little deeper. 5, where's your breath? We inhale it up. We're going to let that left hand come down. Maybe dangle that arm as you reach. Lengthen through side body, hips are forward, opening that side body, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, we come back up. So we're going to pull that right knee in. We're going to rotate back down so that the hands can touch the floor. We are going to do pigeon, but we're waiting until the very last posture to do pigeon, so that we've taken every opportunity to get the body as warm as it can and really focusing on those legs before we come into that posture. So from here, we're going to step forward to the front of the mat, fingertips flat back. Forward fold, inhale all the way up. Hands come down. Whew, gently release. Good work. So we want to feel the temperature and texture under our feet. Recommit that practice if we've lost the intention. Check in with our neck and our heart rate. Where's our breathing as we move to the front of the mat? So we're going to put the hands to the heart. We're going to turn out to the right or left so that you can still see your device, just as long as you're long ways on your mat. We're going to turn the right toes out. We're going to lengthen and tip, coming into triangle. So this part of the body's all warmed up because we just did the gate posture. But here the legs can be more active. As we push the hips forward, pull the shoulders back. 1, 2, 3. If you practice Ashtanga, but you're joining me today, you can absolutely take the toe if that's how you practice. You can float the bottom hand or you can put it on the floor. I'm just happy that we're together virtually, even though we can't be in person. We press down to come up. We're going to turn those right toes in, left toes out. We're going to lengthen and tip. So that left hand comes down onto the shin, just not onto the knee. Hips forward, shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to come back up. And we're going to do revolved triangle. I feel the modified revolved triangle gets deeper in the hips, so we're going to do that version. We're going to turn the right toes out. We're going to lunge as if we're in warrior 2. We feel that work in the feet. We're going to bring the left hand down to the floor by your right foot. Maybe you have to turn that back foot in a little bit for comfort. Now, start to stack the shoulders, letting right hand come up. Now see if you can start to straighten right leg. We can really target the right glutes with this posture. Find your breath, soften the face. Notice your heart rate. If it's going up, you may not be breathing. Breathe with intention. Are you still lifting pelvic floor and hollowing out your belly? Let that top hand come down as you bend right knee. Press through right foot to come up back to center. Whew. Good job. We're going to turn those left toes out. We're going to lunge as if into warrior 2. We're going to let that back hand, which is your right hand, come down to the floor. We're going to start to straighten that left leg. Maybe you have to replace that back foot. Shoulders are stacked and see if maybe you can straighten left leg. Again, this is a modified posture, but I really am trying to target the hips. Where's your breathing? Do you feel connected to the floor? If those hips are really cranky, see if you can notice at this very moment what the texture and temperature of the mat is under your right hand. And that change of awareness helps a lot. We're going to let that left hand come down, bend that left knee, press through that foot to come up, and back to the center. Nice work. Let's let those arms just come in and out. And in and out. Nicely done. So So we're going to turn the right toes out. We're going to lunge as if in warrior two. We're going to put that right elbow on that right knee, left arm reaches. So we have this lengthening through left side, contraction on right side. Remember, right knee goes right, so your right glute has to stay contracted. Now, we're going to see if maybe right hand can come to floor. 1. It's a lot of work in that right hip. That's what we're trying to do. Work the hip. 3, 4, 5. Press down to come up. Right toes turn in. Left toes turn out. Lunge as if in warrior two. Left elbow comes down. Right arm reaches over. Hips forward, shoulders back. 1, 2, we feel that work. 3, left knee's going left. So I'm really big into that left hip. I'm squeezing it tightly. But now I'm going to see if that left arm can make it to the floor. Nice work here. Really big stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. Whew. Lot of work. So we want to come back to the center. We're going to take 2 steps. 1, 2. Bend the knees, send the hips back. Bend the knees, send the hips back. Extend. Chair pose. Fill in your lower back. So you're trying to tuck under the tailbone to relieve any tension in that lower lumbar. Where's your breathing? 2, 3, 4, 5. Press down through those feet to come up. Hands come to the heart. Now we're going to come to the front of the mat. And we're going to slowly sink those hips down into a squat. Nice full work. We feel the shins and the calves, the feet, the knees, the hips all get to join in. 3, 4, 5. Now, from here, we're going to put those hands down. Let them help you. We're going to step back into down dog, bending and stretching. We're going to put those knees down one at a time. Shift back into child's pose. Soften your feet. Hips get a chance to realign. We can lengthen the spine. And now we're going to start on our pigeon posture. We're going to come into a pigeon that's a little easier to achieve. So I'm going to run through some things here. So we're going to come to table. Now, to come through into this pigeon, we're going to bring the right knee forward. This is a little easier to get into than to come into it from down dog or to drop the knee over. Maybe the right foot can creep over a little bit. Then you can turn your left toes under and slide, left toes under and slide, and see if you can put those elbows down. Now, those of you who have joined me and that you're in this posture, you go ahead and stay here. Maybe there's some of you who have knee issues that says, Michelle, I can't do this posture. It's too uncomfortable for my knee. Let me show you that really quickly. You'll be doing those reclined, and you're going to pull your knee in like this. Now, we did a posture like this earlier where we were seated, but if you do this reclined, the spine will stay straight. You're still going to get some benefit in that hip, but you're not going to have any pressure on your knee. So this is how you'll practice it if you're having knee issues. All right, for those of you who are still in that other posture, let's hang out here. Find our breath. We're all joined in together, and 1, 2, maybe you can get down a little deeper. 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come up. Left arm comes across, right hand goes on the knee, and we're going to slowly rotate. Shoulders stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, gently release. We're going to slowly come up. We're going to walk those hands over to the left. We're going to lift that left foot. We're going to reach back, grab it, pull it in. Maybe some of you like to hold the hand forward. Maybe some of you have a dolphin. Play with your practice. You're at home. No one's watching. 3, 4, 5. Release it out. You're going to turn those left toes under. Press to step back into down dog. We're bending and stretching. Bending and stretching. Let's bring those knees back down. We're going to slide that left knee forward. Let's see if maybe we can walk that left foot over. You can even grab it and change the placement if you prefer. Try to slide that right leg back, soften the foot. Maybe elbows can come down to help you hold the weight. Try to align the hips. And again, you can do this on your back body like I showed on the other side. Maybe you can come in deeper. 1, 2, 3. Where's your breathing? 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come up. We're going to bring that right arm across. Left hand goes on the knee looking up towards the ceiling. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. We're going to slowly come up. Walk those hands over. Lift that back leg. We're going to see if maybe we can reach back and grab it. Maybe not. Maybe yes. Maybe it gets in the elbow. Maybe you let your arm here. Maybe you come over and practice. Have fun with it. You're at home. No one's watching. 2, the dog could knock you over. 3, 4, 5. We're going to release that out. Turn the toes. Down dog. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Checking in with the feet and the toes. We're going to put those knees down and slowly coming into child's pose. Now from there, we're getting ready to bring down a little. So we're going to come over onto that right hip. We're going to extend those legs forward. And we're just going to have a forward fold here, trying to balance the body. Hands travel behind, fingertips facing the glutes, lifting up. Eastern plank, really contract back body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we lower the booty. Relax it out. We're going to bend those knees and pull them into the chest as we lay down. A little rock from side to side here. Arms come out, drop the knees to the left. Bring those knees back in and over to the right. Back to the center. Bottoms of the feet go flat. Hands come beside the body. Bridge posture. We press down through the feet to lift up. Try to keep those legs parallel. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly lowering down. Extend one leg and then the other. Settling to the floor. Maybe you use a blanket or a bolster. We feel the back body sinking down. The top body sinks down on the back body. We release the feet. Ankles. Shin and calf. As we move through those knees and thighs, we soften the glutes and pelvic belly. We release lower back and navel, remembering intentional breathing. We release lower back and navel and move into mid-back and solar plexus. Shoulder blades and heart. We lift the collarbones and soften the face. Here we're very aware of our breath. And we notice the breath here is a shallow breathing. And that's the automatic breath that saves energy and that the mind doesn't have to focus on. So we want to change that. We want to participate. We want to feel like an inhale travels up back body and an exhale comes down front body. So continue with that breathing, using some imagery here. Inhaling up back body. As that inhale comes up your back body, the imagery is smoothing out the fibers and the tissues of the muscle. As you exhale down front body, we do the same thing there. Then that next inhale up the back body, we gather up the things that no longer serve us. Exhale down the front part of the body, the things that no longer serve us. Now feel free to stay in this Shavasana if you choose. Or you can start making your way to a seated position. How will you do that? You're going to move the fingers and toes a little. Maybe move the chest some. Maybe pull one knee and then the other to the chest, or release the back a little. We're going to slowly roll to the right side, taking your time, and then come on up to a seated position if you're not already. We allow the head to turn to the right. We allow the head to turn to the left. Back to the center. We bring the hands to the heart. We remind ourselves of all the amazing things we have in our life to be thankful for. We send out love and kindness and compassion to those who need it. We're going to end the practice with an Om if you're comfortable, inhaling. Om. Bowing forward in respect. Namaste. Peace be with you. Go safely. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your intention and attention. Please share my videos with people who you think might need them. You can move over onto YouTube and subscribe if you don't use YouTube. I appreciate you. Stay safe. Thank you.